Hey everyone, Denise here from Sewlimitless, and in today's video I'm doing a little pattern review of Simplicity 8178. So let's get started. First of all, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are returning, if you are new here, then hi, my name is Denise, and I am wanting to talk to you about this pattern 8178. Mine is, as you can see, falling apart. This was a display copy that I purchased. I've had this probably since the pattern came out. This is from 2016. I needed to choose a pattern for my latest Minerva make, and so that was the pattern that I chose because I have this gorgeous viscose challis fabric that is just nice and flowy, and it's a nice breathable fabric, so it's perfect for warmer weather, that kind of thing. So I wanted to do this, but I did make some very important changes that I want to tell you about. I like the look of a jumpsuit, but I don't like, they're not totally practical for me, let me just put it that way. And having read reviews on this particular pattern, one of the things that some of the writers, well, some of the reviewers had said that if you make the jumpsuit, then be aware that it's difficult to get on and off, in particular when you got to go to the bathroom. That's it, good to know, but what am I going to do? So what I did is I took the pattern, made it two pieces, so you have the top and the pants bottom. And basically when you make a jumpsuit, that's what you're doing anyway. You're sewing the top and the bottom, especially if you're making a pattern like this, which has elastic in the waistband. You're sewing these two pieces together. You're sewing the top, you're sewing the bottom, then you're sewing them together and then putting in your elastic. So with that in mind, what I did was I took the top, the bodice front and back, and lengthened that by four inches so that it would be long enough. That would give me some room. Even if it was too long, you can always cut off, but you can't always add more. And the bottom portion for the pants, I raised that about 1.5 inches, I believe, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches at the waistline, because same concept, I could always cut it off if it was going to be too high, but otherwise, you know, it should be fine, because I've got to have enough room to make a casing in the middle for the elastic for the waist of the pants. So having done those two things, that actually worked out perfectly. It was a very simple process, and like I said, it worked out. The crossover, I had to make sure, because the front pieces crossed, so since I lengthened it, I had to make sure I made those pieces longer as well so that they would meet at the bottom, so that I could stitch them and not have them just loose flapping around on the inside. Also, I stitched up the front here at the V. One of the things, now I've made this dress before. Now, one of the things that you do is you stitch up at the V. There's like a little seam in the middle where you stitch that closed. So it's not like an open V-neck, it's not a gaping V-neck, it's a crisscross, but it is actually closed. That's a nice feature, but that's actually also what makes it a little bit more difficult to get it on and off if you're making the jumpsuit. And I actually did close that up a little bit more, because with the dress that I made, it was a little bit lower than what I would normally like, and usually for me, I always have to raise the neckline. So rather than do any actual changes, I just sort of closed it together a little bit more and stitched up a little bit higher. That I think worked out as well, so that was not a problem either. Now there's no darts in this pattern at all. So another change was to, at the arm, after you put the binding on, and I actually did put like a tiny little dart in the sleeve under the arm. That was to sort of take away a little bit, because you know sometimes you have those sleeveless garments and they gap. You got a lot of gapping in the arms, either front, back, or both, whatever. So I did that, but one thing I did notice is that the fabric was rippling a little bit. It was wavy. The binding was too wavy. So what I did there was I took darts, because like I said, this pattern does not have bust darts or anything like that. And I made darts and just pointed them downward. That took up a lot of that excess fabric, and so it's comfortable, and without being too much fabric. You don't want it too tight. At least I don't want it too tight so that it's uncomfortable to move. So I have room to move, and it takes away that ripple of the fabric that was in the arm for both sides. I just did that evenly on both, as evenly as I could, and in the same place. So that is another thing that I did. That was another change that I made. That works out great. Now, as far as the fabric is concerned, it's gorgeous. I really, when I ordered this, because it's a Minerva make, so they gifted me this fabric. So with Minerva, what you do is you have a list of options and you choose. I usually send them, like, out of those options, I'll send whatever number of choices that I have. I'll be honest, I did not realize until later that the forest thrush, which is the name of the fabric, and thrush is a bird, which means there's birds on the fabric, but it's actually really nice. It sews great. It washes and dries beautifully. There was very little, I don't think I really had to do any kind of ironing of the fabric once it came out of the dryer, because you know I always pre-wash my fabric before I make anything. It's just a gorgeous fabric. It's nice and soft, and like I said, it's flowy, so it's perfect for something like a jumpsuit, and just really easy to work with. The pattern and everything was it was a pretty quick process. Once I actually got started, the process went smoothly. I did not have any issues with anything. As far as the elastic and the waistband of the pants, I believe I used 3/4 inch elastic for that, and they are very comfortable to wear. And so now, one of the other things about it is that I can mix and match. So I've got the pants, and I can wear that with different tops, and I have the top, and I can wear that with different bottoms. But everything worked out really well. Like I said, the fabric is gorgeous. I can leave a link below to show you, so you can go straight to the fabric and take a look at that if you are interested in such a thing. The pattern, if you have it, it may or may not still be available. I'm sure it's available. I know it's available on eBay and Etsy. I've seen it. So but a lot of people I know did have this pattern from way back when. But yeah, I believe this is the first time I've done the jumpsuit, even though I did not do it as a jumpsuit. But it's really easy to do. So that is it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. I like to do pattern reviews. I do fabric hauls occasionally, pattern hauls occasionally when I buy new patterns. I'm trying not to, but we'll see. And I like to share tips and different information that may help you in your sewing journey as well. So please go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.